I'm sure you have heard about global warming, but it's time to separate the facts from the fables. What really causes it? First, you need to know about the history of temperature readings. Around 1880, some curious scientists started taking temperature readings from around the globe. The reliable temperature record was born, and it was the first step towards the science of global warming. Knowledge about the greenhouse effect arose during the late 19th century. You see, when light from the sun strikes the Earth, much of it is absorbed by the ground and re-emitted as infrared radiation. Much of this infrared moves upward and out of the Earth's atmosphere, but not all of it gets through. Certain greenhouse gases, notably carbon dioxide, methane, and water vapor, all absorb this infrared radiation and don't let it out of the atmosphere. So when we have more of these gases, it traps heat, and the Earth warms up. When we have fewer of these gases, it lets more heat escape, and the Earth cools down. So when we humans release carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, the Earth should heat up. That sounds simple enough, right? Well, it's somewhat more complicated than that. There's really not very much carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. It is estimated that carbon dioxide contributes as little as 10% of the greenhouse effect. So why does the Earth show this warming trend? The feedback effect is responsible for this peculiarity. If you look closely at the temperature record, you will notice that, historically, carbon dioxide actually lags behind temperature. It would seem that increases in temperature cause increases in carbon dioxide and not the other way around. But in truth, each one causes the other. The Earth's natural temperature goes through 100,000 year cycles. Each cycle is triggered by a fluctuation in the Earth's orbit, but is compounded by the greenhouse effect when carbon dioxide levels begin to rise. At even just a little bit of warming, whether it is caused by an orbital shift or by an increase in human-emitted carbon dioxide, can have a large effect. When the Earth warms up, it causes the oceans to get warmer as well. A little water evaporates. As you may remember, water vapor is a greenhouse gas as well as carbon dioxide. So this water vapor will trap even more heat, leading to an even further warming. As you can now see, even a small amount of carbon dioxide can lead to a large warming. It is true that there is not much carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Carbon dioxide is really only about 390 parts per million. But to cause some serious temperature increase, you really don't need all that much. If you go back to in the temperature record 100 years, you will see that carbon dioxide was never outside of the 180 to 300 parts per million range. So this increase is really very significant when put in the proper perspective. Many of you have possibly seen the documentary An Inconvenient Truth. That movie, though it is sending the right message, is full of half-truths and propaganda. No, the sea level is not going to rise 20 feet, but it will still rise a few inches. As meager sounding as that is, it's still not good. The ecosystem will not have time to adapt. Let's recap. Global temperature increases when carbon dioxide is produced. Carbon dioxide traps heat, but a positive feedback effect causes even a small increase in temperature to be greatly compounded. Don't try to get away from global warming. No matter where you go, it will find you. You cannot escape.